Here is my social media. Check out my Roblox group and merch.
Hey everyone, AshleyBunni here, and today we're going to be playing on Roblox Royale High once again. And as you guys can see by the title, today we're going to be discussing 10 things that all Royale High players hate, or most players hate, because I know not everybody likes and dislikes the same features and everything in situations. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. But before I do, let me go ahead and spin the wheel. Okay, let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Guys, I'm still trying to get those freaking dramatic eyelashes. This is probably year 2, almost year 3 that I've been trying to get those lashes. I think I'm owed dramatic lashes. Please, oh my gosh, wait. Are you kidding me? I actually landed on what you need to get the lashes, and I didn't get the freaking lashes. I got 300 diamonds instead. Oh well, gotta be grateful for everything, can't complain. 300 diamonds is better than 0 diamonds, but I'd still like those dramatic eyelashes. And also, so it's not just like me sitting here being boring. I'm also gonna be walking around the map and just, doing other things whilst I explain the 10 things Royale High players hate. And guys, hate is a strong word. I'm just using it for the title. I don't really hate anything, so I hope you guys don't hate anything. It's okay if you do, but it's a strong word, guys. Use it sparingly, okay? So the first thing that most Royale High players hate is overpriced items. And I don't know, I used to be mad at that, before I started grinding for diamonds and stuff and trading in the trading hub. I used to hate the store and be like, oh my gosh, it's so hard, I can't get these sets. If you guys watch my older videos, you can see sometimes when the new sets came out, I wouldn't be able to get them because they were so expensive and I didn't have enough diamonds, and I didn't want to spend too many Robux on getting a bunch of diamonds, because to be real, the conversion rate from Robux to diamonds on here is unreal. It's very, very pricey, to say the least. So that's my 2 cents on overpriced items. And to be real, if we go into the shop right now, it's not too overpriced. This is these are good price sets. Oh my god, I remember when this first came out, guys, and I was like, what was this? I think this was the first set ever in Royale High. I was 50,000 diamonds for a skirt. That's insane. And I think it's kind of overkill. I'm being a little dramatic when I say overpriced items, because I know Royale High has a system, supply and demand, that kind of thing, or whatever you can have with virtual items. I know it's just a system that Royale High needs in order to keep the game economy healthy and out of critical condition. Personally, that is not one of the things I hate. I really don't hate overpriced items. I know you're like, oh my gosh, Ashley, it's because you have 2 million diamonds. Duh, you're not going to hate overpriced items. But seriously, if you watch my old videos, I don't have 2 million diamonds, And I was doing just fine, to be real. I was doing just fine. The second thing that Royale High players hate are annoying role plays. And I don't mean normal, harmless, doesn't hurt anybody kind of role plays. I mean role plays where they drag you in and you do not want to be dragged in. I mean role plays where someone's playing the bully and they come up to you and say, spills drink on nerd's head. I'm please do not drag me into this. It's forced role play, basically. I'm please, leave me out of this, to be real. Just let me live. And it used to happen to me a lot. And this is bringing back way back memories for me, because before, I think it was back before I started YouTube, or either before I had a sizable following, people would really do that to me. They'd be like, haha, I see an innocent noob, now you're getting roped into my scary role play, you know what I mean? And if you guys are going through that currently, of course, I don't go through that anymore, because I don't really hang on the public servers anymore. But if you guys do go through those annoying role plays, forced role plays, I'm so sorry. I really hope people stop doing that, to be real. And the third thing that Royale High players hate are random mean people picking fights. And this kind of ties in to annoying role plays. Some people like to role play being mean, which I don't know why. And when I say roleplay being mean, I don't mean mean girl. I mean straight up bullying and just being oh wait, just kidding, I'm roleplaying, so it's not real. No, we see what you're doing. So yeah, when random people used to pick fights with me, and this is way back when it was just Enchantix High, that was the only realm, people used to be so mean to me. Seriously, I was such a noob, and they'd be so mean to me. The ball would come up and they'd be like, don't vote for her because she's ugly and she's a noob, and I'd be like, oh guys, dang, I'm just living my life as a little noob, a little Royale High noob, but not anymore. The fourth thing that most Royale High players hate are noobs winning the Sunset Island pageant. Okay, let me go a little bit into this because sometimes they're fake noobs. It's this weird thing in Sunset Island where like noobs always win the pageant, and I don't know why. It doesn't really irk me, but like it used to, because like when it first came out, I'm like, I put together this amazing outfit, like why is somebody who's bald with no clothing on, how are they winning? And they didn't even like follow the theme, you know what I mean? Come to find out, when people see like a really good outfit on Sunset Island, they kind of just like, they feel like that outfit's gonna win, so they vote like an uglier outfit. And I'm not saying if you win the pageant your outfit was ugly. I mean like if it's like a clear like no effort like noob situation and someone wins the pageant like that and they didn't even follow the theme, you can safely assume it's because everyone voted for them because they saw an outfit that they thought was gonna get the most votes. So they're like, oh my gosh, if I vote for this noob, then that's one more vote for this noob and one less vote for the girl with like the huge dress, you know what I'm saying? The next thing that Royal High players hate are AFK players winning the Sunset Island pageant. And this one really does irk me because AFK players, like they'll literally put like vote for me AFK in their name, and like for some reason people will vote for them, like even if they didn't follow the Sunset Island pageant theme, they're still gonna end up with like all the votes because they're like pretending to be AFK. And I don't know how that logic works, to be real. You know, they'll put like AFK farming for diamonds, please vote me, and I'm like, you know, that's kind of lame. You know, I understand, you know, the need for diamonds and the need to farm for diamonds and, you know, get Sunset Island victories so you can get a bunch of diamonds and get all the cute items you need. But I mean, I really do think it is like kind of cheap to like be like AFK, like vote me and I'll be back when I have a bunch of diamonds. You know, I just feel like people should be actively playing the game and not just like AFK farming like all the time when they come onto Sunset Island. The next thing that most Royal High players hate are people begging for votes. So this could be prom queen, prom king, or that could be like the Sunset Island pageant winner, like any of the above. And the thing is, it's like I totally understand when you know, people are like, please vote for me, you know, vote me, but I'm like, if it's like an everyday like begging kind of situation, it's like, okay, like now it's a little overkill. I understand using like a tactic to rally votes, being like, hey, vote for me, vote me prom queen, vote me Sunset Island pageant winner, yay. But you know, like the excessive begging is like what really irks people. It doesn't like truly irk me, but it is kind of like, okay, like really. But overall, it's not that bad. Like it's not a crime to beg for votes. Like if you're watching this video and you beg for, you know, for votes from people, just keep doing you. Play on, player. Like don't let me stop you. The next thing most RH players hate are people overcharging in the trading hub. I especially hate this because I spend most of my time in the trading hub. When I go on public servers, which I rarely do, I always go to the trading hub looking for new items, looking for rare items, etc. And sometimes I just go on there to like give away my extra items. Like if I'm trading with someone and they like overcharge me for something, it makes me so irritable, you know? Like it'll literally be like chicken heels and they're like, thanks, that'll be 50,000 diamonds. I'm like, what? What do you mean by that? 50,000? It's unbelievable to me. You know, and I understand like some people just don't know the value of items and they're like, oh, this looks rare. Like I bet it's worth a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if you guys heard that thunder. It rains so much here. Oh my gosh. And it's raining in game too. But like I was saying, if it's like overkill, like charging like 75,000 diamonds for chicken heels, like now you're doing too much. Like you're done. And the next thing that Royal High players hate are rich players flexing / rich players bullying poor players. It doesn't even have to be poor players, just like anyone who doesn't have as much as them, like anyone who doesn't have like every item in the game, they will bully. And that's not everybody. Like, and this was back, you know, I keep saying this was back then, but it is like some of this is from like past experience. You know, there's some players that have like every item in the game and then they're gonna like look down and bully other players for it who don't have as much. You know, they're like bring out like the biggest skirt they have, Teddyzilla, parasol, and be like, haha, you can't have it. Oh my gosh, like it's so cringe, you know? I'm like, just it is nice having a lot of stuff in the game, but it's like don't purposely try to flex on other people. Not saying you can't wear your expensive items, your super rare items, the only I have it kind of items, one of a kind, etc. I'm not saying you can't wear them and flaunt it, but there's a difference between like flaunting and like excessive bragging. So I mean, like, let's just keep it at a happy medium, you know? I think it's just kind of rude to be like, haha, look what I have and look what you don't, you know? In any game, to be real, like, this extends beyond Royal High. Like, this applies to real life too. Like, flex culture is like a huge problem, but I'm not gonna get into that because then this video would be like 2 hours long, okay? And the next thing that Royal High players hate are fake YouTubers. And surprise, surprise, I'm a YouTuber, but there are people who walk around and masquerade as YouTubers for attention and just basically for shock factor. You know, I can't go into a public server without seeing a clone of Leah Ash, seeing a clone of myself sometimes, or seeing a clone of like another big YouTuber like I Am Santa or like Flamingo. Like, I'm like, Flamingo doesn't even play Royal High. Why are you pretending to be him in game? Like, it's very unbelievable. I know he has a couple of videos on Royal High, but like, he doesn't seriously play the game. So I'm like, well, why are people running around as Flamingo thinking it's believable? And like, it's okay to dress up as your favorite YouTuber, like totally dress up as whoever you want, but I'm like, there's a fine line between dressing up as your favorite YouTuber and pretending that you're them, putting it in chat that you're a real YouTuber and you're the real Flamingo or you're the real Leah Ash. Like, there's a big difference between just dressing as them and like genuinely telling people you are them and acting like them. Like, that's a totally different thing, and I feel like people need to stop crossing that line. Like, if you want to dress up as your favorite YouTuber, do it, but don't pretend to legitimately be them or try to like scam fans and be like, yes, I'm in the server with you. Like, no, it's not gonna slide, okay? The very last thing for today, number 10. The number 10 thing that Royal High players hate is the don't touch my tail players. And this is not an attack on anyone who wears a tail in game, or like, you know, anyone who wears a tail, period. You know, it's not an attack on them. It's just on the players who like make it their entire goal and personality to let the whole server know not to touch their tail. You know, I get the role plays, like I trust me, I do, I get it, but I'm like, there's a point where you really, it's eccentric. At some point it's a little too much for me, and I'm like, okay, we get it. Like, it's in your name. It says don't touch my tail in your bio, in your journal, and you've been saying it for the past 20 minutes. I think we get it, you know? And I really, you know, thankfully, fortunately, I don't see those players as much anymore. Like, they don't touch my tail, like crazy players. I don't really see those players as much in game. But then again, I don't really explore public servers like I used to, which is kind of sad. But yeah, those don't touch my tail players, they are no joke. Like, they are so serious about their cause. They're like, don't touch my tail, don't touch my tail. Like, it's really like their mantra. I swear, they say it day, noon, and night. It's non-stop. And I don't have anything against them. Like, you know, like I say, it gives me a weird feeling. It does make me feel a little bit weird when people, you know, make that their entire personality in game. But I mean, at the end of the day, you do you. Like, seriously guys, and this is just a disclaimer. If you do any of these things, or if you're guilty of doing any of these things that Royal High players supposedly hate, please, like, this is not targeted towards you. Like, literally, this is just me stating some things that I've seen online that Royal High players in the community just like don't like, or just like don't have a particular liking to, you know? And it's not like a personal attack towards you. So like, if you do any of these things, please don't feel like, oh my gosh, let me stop doing this since everybody hates it, they're gonna hate me. Like, no, just be yourself, to be real. Like, you really don't have to conform. Like, if somebody says they hate the color pink or they hate how I dress up in game, that doesn't make me stop wearing all of this pink, you know? I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So I suggest you guys do the same. And yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the video. I kind of forgot they had a food store here. This is awesome. But anyways guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do make sure to hop on that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to become a bunny and to join the bunny garden. This has been your girl AshleyBunni here. Bye. Mwah.